Hello. Hi, everybody. I see some people are already in here, and I definitely appreciate that. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. So, let me actually go live on Instagram real quick. Sorry, I know I'm in the way right now, but let me go live on the gram. Yeah, perfect. And now we're live on Instagram. Let me just get everything set up. But as I'm setting this up, I want you guys to really be, hey Lavinia, hello. Hey Lizzie. I want you guys to really be taking some space right now to pin comment. Okay, perfect. Hey, hi everyone. I really want you guys before we start, and because people are already here, we're just gonna jump into it. Oh, YouTube, dang. Yeah, we're just gonna jump into it. I see everybody coming in saying hi. Hey, Devin. Hey, Yvette. Dadine. Hi, Lizzie. I see Ramon is in here on Instagram. I'm so sorry, YouTube. My bad, y'all. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into it. I'm really feeling it today. Like I'm feeling very in tune with myself, and I wanted to have a different live because I really want to help us heal. When you heal individually, you heal the world. And when you think about women, we are, and I know there may be some men in here too. So hey to y'all. But when you think about women, we're built to pour into others to transform the world. So we pour into our partners, we pour into ourselves first and foremost. Hold up. We pour into ourselves because when you're full, everything that runs over runs up into other people. And when you're not full, you're literally running yourself dry. Like you cannot give if you have nothing to give. So we pour into our partners, we pour into our children, we pour into other women, we pour into like groups of like-minded people, and that energy and that intention and the knowledge that we share goes out into the world, and it really does shape the collective experience in the world. Like when you put your finger into a body of water, that one finger ripples out and affects everything in that space. And so I really wanted to just take some time for us today to truly just fill ourselves up and get ourselves overflowing so that we could flow into and pour into others throughout the week. So, oh wow. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did not know that happened. But yeah, so I want to take some time to, before we even start, just let go. Let go of maybe something that's happened today that has you down. Let go. Maybe there was an argument. You just saw something in the media. Let go of anything that's going to distract you from this moment, because right now, this moment is only about you. It's about you and your healing. So take a deep breath. Hi, Deasia. Um, so true. Yes, I see y'all on Instagram. Okay. So now that we've released, really what we're going to be talking about is your relationship with your hair. And the reason why I want to talk about this is something that I always do in coaching. Before we even start the regimen, before we do any of the product related things, we get into how do you feel, because how you feel about your hair is going to be reflected in how you handle your hair, how you talk about your hair, and you'll see that when you look in the mirror. So I'll give an example. If you're someone who, let's say you feel down about your hair, you feel ashamed about your hair, you feel embarrassed about your curl pattern. When you go to style your hair every day, most likely you're going to be fighting against your hair. You're going to be trying to slick down your edges, pull your hair that maybe isn't ready to be in a ponytail yet, like your length isn't ready for that. You're going to be trying to like force it into a ponytail. When people talk about hair, you'll be the one putting yourself down, like, my hair could never do that. I could never have healthy hair. And the physical things that you're doing to your hair, pulling it into ponytails because you're ashamed of how it sticks out and doesn't go down. That's wearing on your hair. It's causing breakage, it's causing stress, it's making it weaker. And you're basically where you are now, this is where you are now, this is where you want to go. But when you react from that space, you're putting yourself back even farther, because now you're damaging your hair because of how you feel about it. Or even like when you're talking about hair, or you're talking about yourself around people, your words have so much power, so much power. There's this proverb that I read about this healer. And so there was a person in the village who was sick, and they called the healer to come help with the person. And basically what the healer did, he didn't even touch the person. He just kind of hovered his hands over the person and just spoke life into the body, and spoke healing and love from God to the person. And there was like an observer, like, how could you heal somebody with your words? Like, words aren't that, what are you doing? Like, you're not doing anything, just talking to someone. And then the mystic basically said the most obscene thing to him. He just like said something super obscene, like his energy got very like violent and raised. And it caused the person who doubted him to have like a violent reaction. And he was like, why would you do that? Like, it raised his blood pressure, he was getting all flushed. And the mystic, like, he gathered himself and he was saying, you say that words have no power, but I was able to basically change your state of being simply with my words. So words are very powerful, negative and positive. And if you're speaking negatively over yourself, that is what you are creating. Everything that you have right now in your life, looking at your hair, looking at how you feel about your hair, you've created that. You may not have created the initial negative feeling about your hair. A lot of us have experienced like abuse and negative words from other people in our family when we were growing up about our hair. So we may not have created this idea that our hair isn't good enough, but when you continue to believe it and buy into it, now you are creating that in your reality. So it's really important for us to be cognizant of our words. It's a process. So with this live and with what you take from today, this is definitely a process, and I want you guys to know that you can be gentle with yourself through this. Like, this healing does not have to be something that you force, or something that you feel you need to change right away because you feel ashamed that you feel this way about your hair, because we're all taught that you're supposed to feel good, you're supposed to be self-confident, we're so powerful. And yes, we are, definitely, but you have to truly, change some things within to really connect to that. And it can be gentle and it can be soft. You can be soft here. You don't have to be strong, and you don't have to be hard. So I feel like I rambled a little bit, but that definitely kind of set the tone for what we're going to be talking about. I feel very tingly right now. I feel very in tune with y'all. So I think this is going to be a good live. Janice, I saw a few people talking about that, and I appreciate you sharing what's going on currently. But right now, like I said, we want to really take this space for us. Like, right now, we're in an incubator right now, and we're just feeding our souls and feeding us individually. Once we are full, we can step out of this and we can deal with what's going on in our, like, the world. Right now is about us. So if you guys could keep the comments on what's happening here. I'm just looking through what everyone's saying. Ooh, Fiona, hopping right in. Okay, beautiful. Yes, we're going to go ahead and hype it. Let me just check Instagram and see. Amen. Yes, so this is on my YouTube channel for people wondering if it's going to be there. It's actually there right now. So, Fiona, I love what you said, and we're going to start right now. So, Fiona said that sometimes she doesn't think her natural hair is good enough for work. And I definitely 100% can understand that. This goes back to what I was talking about before, about how these ideas that we have about our hair are not even our ideas. So when you have these like thoughts about yourself and you have these emotions that usually follow the thoughts, like the emotions could be like sadness, depression, frustration, you have to ask yourself, like, where does this come from? And if it comes from anything outside of you, a lot of the times it's not even real. So we could really break that down. Like, people, you're good enough. So everything that you were created to be is 100% perfect. And we really have to take time every single day, like moment to moment, to remind ourselves of this, because everything outside of us is telling us differently. Sometimes it's even your loved ones who are telling you differently. Sometimes they're coming from a place where they feel like they're helping and they're not. Like, you're not meant to conform to what you see around you, because a lot of what we see around us isn't even healthy. It's not the truth, and it's designed to break us down because of how powerful we are. If you feel ashamed of yourself, then most likely you're not going to speak up in a meeting. You're not going to go after a promotion. You're not going to petition to make the company more inclusive to what you know is needed within our community. So the way that you feel about your hair not feeling good enough in the workplace, it's a design to keep you small. And we have to know this so that we can, of course, you're going to feel those feelings. Like, I feel those feelings almost every day, and I work for myself. Like, I feel those feelings sometimes when I step into certain like environments and certain, around certain people. But it's important to have the inner awareness that just because like that thought is not the truth because of all of these other things, and to just reaffirm yourself that you are good enough. Like, if you were created, however you were created is completely unique. Every single one of us no one has hair like me. No one has hair like you. Even if we have similar curl patterns, we don't have the same porosities. Even if we have like similar characteristics, it doesn't like fall the same when it dries. Like, your hair is 100% unique, and nobody can take that away from you unless you let them. So it requires inner strength, because it takes courage to be different. But your power comes from that difference. It comes from that uniqueness. Only you can do the things that you're destined to do. And so you just have to remind yourself, basically, that it's all a lie. It's an illusion. Somebody said that this is what professional hair looks like. One person said it, then probably a board of people agreed with them. Maybe because they didn't even agree, they just went along with what that person was saying. And it's been seeped into our culture since then. A lot of these ideas are simply ideas of one person or a group of people that the whole culture has now taken on. And you're just as powerful as that one person who said natural hair wasn't professional. You're just as powerful. And you can say natural hair is professional. Yeah. So let me see. Let me check these comments. Fiona. Yes, Fiona, you are coming in, girl. Okay, so she said that the thing is, no one has said anything negative about my hair. I just feel more confident when it's straight. And this is something I really, really wanted to get into. So I know that the manifestations of our thoughts and our feelings now, a lot of the times aren't from what's currently happening in our environment presently. They're from what's happened in our environment in the past. So going back to like, did your parents affirm your natural hair? I mean, even if your parents did, like, when you're raised in a Black family, you go to a family reunion, everybody got something to say about something. So even if your parents affirmed your hair, like your auntie might not have, your grandma might have called you some type of name because and maybe you weren't even wearing your hair natural then. Maybe you just needed a relaxer and people would talk bad about it or make jokes about it in fun. And that affects us. We hurt ourselves, I feel, when one golden person doesn't accept their hair. They put that energy on other people because they're not comfortable with their hair. So when they see things that look similar to what their hair looks like, they have negative things to say. And then we can internalize that and basically carry that trauma, carry those opinions that are not ours, those ideas that are not ours, these illusions that are designed to keep us small with us. So Fiona said, yeah, my mom told me I look more Indian with straight hair. And it's really... it's so important. I'm so glad you're in here, Fiona. Thank you, girl. Thank you. It's really important for us to always question, like, where does this come from? And it may not always happen in an instant. Like, you may not get the answer within that moment. Something that I think would be helpful for all of us is when we do feel these feelings of inferiority, and like shame or not as confident in our hair, is to really ask for the awareness as to like, where does this feeling come from? Like, who first instilled this into me? And what you'll find sometimes is like you'll remember these moments that you kind of like put away and you completely forgot about, like moments of maybe like embarrassment in class, um just these moments that you forgot about, and they'll come to you and it's like a revelation when you remember and you feel how you felt in that moment and how it literally plays out 20, 30, 40 years from now in your adult life. So healing is important and awareness is important. Again, even if you didn't create it, it's your responsibility to heal it so it doesn't continue to afflict you and hold you down, and then you don't spout that out to other people. Because if you're feeling insecure about something, more than likely when you see someone trying to overcome, or you see somebody being very loud about what you feel ashamed about, you're probably you could affect them basically in a negative way. And my whole thing, this is me personally, I really try my best. We're all human, so we're human, but I try my best to do no harm. Like, if you're triggered by something, if I'm triggered by something, I know it's something I need to heal from. And usually I'll just be quiet, because if I'm coming outside of my piece about something that somebody else is doing, there's something within me that I haven't healed yet. And you want to make sure that you are doing that healing. So when you have children, or if you have children, so when you have nieces and nephews, you can speak life into them, and we can really move past this place that we're all in where we feel some type of way about our hair. This next generation that's coming up, when they have love and life spoken and poured into them, it's more easy for them to really be as big as they were meant to be and affect change in the community. Because if you feel insecure about how you look, you're not going to want to be seen, and you can't most people can't carry out their purposes without being seen. um I'm gonna switch over to Instagram real quick. Let's see. I hear Fiona. Oof. It's so subtle. Like, as a single woman, I think I get more attention with straight hair. You're right. I believe it is very subtle. It's like, it's very subtle. It's how people light up. Like, if I straighten my hair, some people will light up. They'll be like, ooh, like, wow, this wondrous thing. Like, it's very subtle. And it's insidious in a way too. Like, look that word up. That's whew, insidious racism and insidious like colorism, texturism, all of that it's very effective, because it's like you don't even really understand that it happened until it's over, until you're at home kind of like decompressing for the day, and you realize, I really did not like how I felt when that thing was said or that event or activity happened. So awareness is important. I'm adopted, and I never learned to really love my hair until the rise of the natural community. And I'm glad that you're starting. That's great. So, someone says, insidious racism, mic drop moment. It's so real. It is real. Oh, yeah, man. Like, okay, so I work from home, so I have to like prepare myself when I leave my house. Like, if I'm going to be out in a public area where people who may not lots of people mingle, and I don't know what energy they're on. I have to prepare myself to be vocal and be aware and to advocate for myself at all times. Like, you betray yourself when you don't speak your truth, when you don't speak up for yourself, when you feel it happening and you just kind of push it to the side, like, oh, I'll just get over it. It just must be a me thing. Like, even if you don't change anything in that moment, for your own peace of mind and for your spirit, it is important to speak and to let things go. Because if you don't, you will internalize it, and then you'll affect you. You'll just be hurting you, basically. Someone says, I thought I only looked good wearing weaves or wigs. I have been natural since 2009 and have not been happy with my natural hair journey. Ooh, why? Janice, I realize that it is what is going on inside of me. I have to change me and allow God to heal me from the inside out. Healthy spirit, mind, and body. I want the total package. Yes. Wow. So there are a lot of comments. One person says that one of your clients here, hi. My mom always says, even now, I wish you had gotten my hair, not your dad's. I remember when I first wore my hair curly, my white coworker whispered to me, "I don't like curly hair," like it was a dirty word, and my Black friend started calling me DeBarge. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna share a story. And then I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to provide some prompts because this isn't just going to be about talking about it. Because in order to heal, you do have to take some time to healing starts with you, first of all. It doesn't happen outside of you. Everything is within. All the healing is takes place within. So I'm going to give you guys some prompts and some things that you can really do to help you truly heal. Because what I'm feeling is that a lot of people, they want to change and they know that it has to be an interchange, but maybe we just need like a little jump start. We need some fire or some type of direction to get us going. So I'm going to share how I felt about my hair because I haven't said that yet. I've read a lot of people's, but I haven't said how I felt about my hair. So the way that I felt about my hair before I went natural is, well, I got a perm when I was like 8 years old, a relaxer when I was about 8 years old. And I remember the reason why I got a relaxer is I have fine hair that tangles like this. I didn't know it at the time though. All I knew was that it took my mom hours to do my hair. It was painful. It was like, it was a burden for her. That's really how she made it seem. And it wasn't her fault. I really don't think she was trying to make it seem that way, but it was like every time my hair was brought up, it was like, oh my God, like her hair, like, it takes me so long. It takes so much energy. And so I remember I got a relaxer for that purpose. Like my hair was actually really healthy. It was really to make her job easier. And as a single parent, I can understand definitely how that could have helped. But to cultivating the self-love of a young child, that definitely doesn't really help. So I got the relaxer, and when I got the relaxer, everybody was like, oh my gosh, like look at your hair, these loose curls, because it wasn't just straight, it would get wet and would kind of be like a loose curl. And I remember just loving that feeling. I would brush my hair constantly because they would just go crazy over it. So basically I ended up damaging my hair because I was doing too much with it. And I had shoulder length relaxer at that point. And so finally, when I decided to go natural, I had no idea what my curl pattern was going to look like because I had got my hair relaxed at such a young age. And so I started to research, which I love to do. And I would look at all of these women, like all of these women online with curly hair. And I figured, oh, like my hair is going to look like that. I would kind of like, I created this vision in my mind of what I wanted my hair to look like. And then I cut my hair, did my big chop, the most liberating thing I've ever done. I don't think I've ever felt that type of liberation in that way before. And I was pissed a little bit because my hair looked nothing like what I thought it was supposed to look like. Like I would see these pictures and I figured, oh, that's what natural hair is. Like that's what it's supposed to do. And then my hair didn't do that. So I was like, oh, something's wrong with my hair. So then I had like this like obsessive, like compulsive thing of I need to fix my hair. I need to deep condition. I need to dedicate all these hours to my hair, trying to make it something that it wasn't. And so it took like, I don't even know, maybe like a year or so after I chopped my hair to fully understand that all natural hair looks different. And it took me that long because nobody was talking about it. Nobody really had the knowledge to tell me. I went natural in 2010. So a lot of people weren't even natural at this point. I was like one of the first people in my school to go natural. Like people were like, what the hell did you do to your hair? So yeah, one of my things that I had to get over was basically trying to force my hair to be something that it wasn't. And I also was trying to learn about my hair from people who had hair that didn't look anything like me. Like Natural 85 was my natural hair goddess, as I'm sure she was for most people. Chime was also somebody that I really looked to, and my hair is nothing like them. They both have like very high density hair, more so Natural 85 than Chime, I think. But I would try to do what they did, and it wouldn't work for my hair. And so for like the first 2 to 3 years of my natural journey, I was struggling because I really wasn't honoring my own hair. And so you guys know the rest of the story. I completely like stepped away from YouTube. I stepped away from anything outside of myself and only listened to my intuition and listened to my hair. And that's how I've been able to really come to accept it and grow my hair long. So yeah. Okay. Just looking at the comments and everything. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Like I said, this live isn't about the products. Can totally relate to this. Perfect. This live really isn't about the products. It's not about anything but you. And so, what I want to ask you guys to do, and you can do this when we get off the live. You can also do it, and you don't have to. You don't have to buy this, but I'm just gonna say a lot of what I talk about is in my hair goal guide. Like before we get into anything regimen wise, I talk about how you feel about your hair. So a lot of these prompts are in the book, but you don't need it. What I want you guys to do is to really ask yourself, and you can do this, like take some time to yourself when nobody's around. Like, how do you feel about your hair? Like being really, really real. Like, do you like your hair? Do you feel like your hair is a challenge? Do you feel like it's a burden? Do you feel like it's a problem? Um, Lavinia said it's amazing. I have it and I love it. Thank you. I'm really glad you like it. Thank you so much. But just really, really be real. Be honest. You don't have to put it in the comments. Um, how do you feel about your hair? And then once you have that answer, you can also then look at how you treat your hair. Look at your regimen. I think it's important to make a list of like everything that you do that helps your hair, and then everything that you do that hurts your hair. And then maybe there's a list, there's a little column where you don't know if it helps or it hurts, but this is what you do. So like and when you look over that, you can also see how you feel about your hair just in the way of how you treat it on a daily basis, on a consistent basis. So for example, if I were to think about what do I do that helps my hair? I deep condition consistently. I never ever force it to do anything it doesn't want to do. So like if I want to go somewhere and I want my hair to look a certain way and my hair is like, nah, because I want to be out to the sky, I just accept it. Like there's nothing I can do about that. If I try to do something, I would be hurting her. So I just let her do her thing. What is else is something that I know is good? I I always protect it when I lay down because I want to keep her healthy. That's something that I know is bad with my hair, and it's something I'm really starting to like kind of see in 2020 is I do feel, and maybe it's because of how my mom used to talk about my hair and just what I've seen in my hair like over all this time. I do feel like my hair requires like a lot of time. And because of that, I usually will prolong my wash days longer than I should. And that's something that I'm really working on in 2020. Like, because it's like it's self-manifesting. So I feel like my hair is going to take a long time. So I continue consistently put off my wash day. Like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then 14 days later, my hair is a matted mess, and it takes me a long time because I kept putting it off. So I really want to think of my hair as easy. I want to think of my hair as like, you give her what she needs and she's cool. And that requires me to level up my knowledge about my hair as well. So that's something that I need to work on. But I think it's important to write all this down so you can really look at the weak points in what you're currently doing and look at the strong points and celebrate yourself for that. Like, again, this transformation does not need to be like, you don't need to be hard on yourself about this. Like, really celebrate what you're doing right and just be honest and fully accepting of what you can be doing better so that you can get to doing better quicker. Because when we take that time to like beat ourselves up for like doing the wrong thing, we're really taking away from our healing. Fiona, girl, you coming through with these questions. Let me see. Someone says, I get that so much because I don't know what my natural hair wants to do. I don't know who to emulate. Ooh, emulate yourself. Like I was saying at the beginning, nobody has hair like you. Even if you have similar hair characteristics with someone, your environment is different. Your diet is different. It's completely different. So I really encourage you to unfollow anyone who makes you feel bad about your hair, anybody who like really confuses you in a bad way, like you feel like you're on the right track and then you watch them and you're like, oh, well, maybe I'm not, who makes you doubt yourself basically. And I would really like listen to your hair. Like of course, the hair goal guide would help you with this, but just take time to listen to your hair and really up your knowledge about your hair. On my channel, I really try to speak to different hair identities, and that's important. So I would look on my channel as well to learn about that. But Fiona says, why do you think God made our hair like this? And I think that's a wonderful question. And this is my view on it. It's what I feel. So I feel that we're so different because we are different. And I feel that once we accept this difference and once we stop looking for validation from people who don't look like us and who could never understand what we go through and never understand this difference, we will truly be in our power. Your power comes from no one but you and God. Um, yeah, you and God. I got to make sure I put that in there, but God is in you. So that's what I mean. Our hair defies gravity. Nobody's hair does that. Our skin absorbs the sun, and it can literally, just being in the sun can lift your mood. Like if you're ever feeling down, go out and sit in the sun and just be with nature. And you can, a whole different auric presence happens. Melanin, and this is stuff that I've picked up along the way. Like people are literally buying our melanin. People are buying our body parts. Like people are emulating us in every way that they can. They just want to keep us out of it. And I feel we have to understand that it's because we're powerful. Like if we're defying the laws of science simply with our hair, what else can we do that defies the laws of science? What else can we do that really has no possible explanation, but we just innately know it? And it's not just us personally who know it, it's everyone. Like I can be around a group of women, like Black women who are very in tune with who they are and like working in their purpose. And it's just a different presence. Because spirit is constantly running through us. So honestly, I feel like the reason why our hair is the way it is because really it can be a testament to learning to know yourself and to only looking to yourself for validation, because nobody's going to look like you and no one's going to understand your hair like you. It's a journey that you go through to really understand who you are so that you can do what you need to do. I feel like I'm saying the same thing over again, but that's what I'm feeling. Like that's what I feel like is coming through. We are powerful. We really, really are. And it's not even just us. It's our connection to God. So like if we're vessels for God as a community, like doing his work as a whole, like can't nobody stop us, basically. And you see that, like I was just talking to my husband about this. You see this in the crazy innovative inventions that we make, like the guy who created a system to clean the drinking water in Flint, Michigan. Someone who doesn't have training for this, maybe he does, I'm not sure, but he's not like a scientist. He was a veteran. He created something because he saw a need and it literally solved the problem. There have been so many people, not just back in the day, like in the 50s, but people who are right now doing crazy innovative things that only they have been blessed to do. Someone says, I need to get your journal. How do I purchase it? It's on my website, powerinyourcurl.com. But okay, so let's get to more of these. Let's get to more of these journaling prompts. So you think about how you feel. You can also think about like, have you ever felt ashamed or embarrassed of your hair? And then think of like, why? Was it an event that you experienced? Was it something that someone said to you one day? I mean, there's so many opportunities for that to happen in our society. So you always just want to be questioning like why, and that can help you. And then again, look at how you treat your hair. And the last thing I think I want to talk about, because I don't want to keep you guys on here too long, is your thought patterns around your hair. Wash day. I carve out 3 to 4 hours for wash day. That's really good. That's really good. Okay. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is your thought patterns, because what you constantly think about, you're constantly creating. It's really, really important. I cannot stress this enough how important your thoughts are. So what I feel you guys should do, if anything, is to create your own. If you feeling good about your hair is really important to you, you should probably create your own personal manifesto, your own personal creed. It doesn't have to be as deep as I'm making it sound. Really, it's just something that you say to yourself constantly to reprogram how you feel about yourself. Thank you so much. And I'll use myself as an example. Before I started curl coaching, this was about 2 years ago, I used this exercise to really get comfortable with what I was sent here to do, which is to help women heal themselves so that they can be as big as they are meant to be in the world. And so I would say this to myself like 3 times every single day. I'd stand in like super woman pose, and I would really believe it. And I would basically say like how I am here to help women. Like that is my gift. I don't necessarily remember the verbiage. It got to a point where I did have it memorized, but it was really like something I would just speak life over myself essentially, and speak affirmation and encouragement into my gifts. And that completely changed how I saw myself. Like once I truly accepted that this is basically, I stepped out of like insecurity about it. I stopped looking to other people for validation on it. Once I truly accepted it within myself, like I just started creating things. I created this guide, I created coaching, I created a course. I kind of changed my YouTube channel that really didn't products are great, but it's not about the products the majority of the time. So like I kind of changed from shifting to the products. I more so shifted to the mindset and the knowledge. And I really got comfortable with like, this is what I do, because I noticed like on YouTube, the way that I talk about things is very different from how other people talk about things. And I used to feel like maybe that wasn't right or it was boring. And now I'm just like, that's just how I roll. So people who like it, love it. And I love that they do. So you can truly reprogram how you view yourself through doing that. I think I did that for about a month, honestly, until it really settled in. And then now I don't have to, I just innately think that way. So you want to create like a personal manifesto, either about yourself or about your hair. And repeat it to yourself 3 times a day in the morning without fail. If you slip up, that's fine, be gentle with yourself. And then also it's very important to create affirmations that recharge you, because we do need to be recharged, which is why the sun is important. The sun can charge you up. Everybody talking about my earrings. These were actually made by a Black woman. One of them came loose. They're made by Rework Creative, and she's on Etsy. So affirmations, some affirmations. I'm gonna throw some out there just for you guys, but really like say what makes you feel good. So something you could say is, I am a beautiful goddess who exudes power in every room that I walk into. I am whole I am whole. Boom, that's it. That's a whole sentence right there. I am whole. I am healing. I honor my crown as an extension of my inner self. And how you treat your hair is also how you treat yourself. Something that I feel can come up a lot for like my coaching clients is they'll be like, oh, well, I don't have time for wash day. Like I have to take care of the kids. I have to take care of my husband. I got to do all these things. So I don't have time to take care of me. And, no. Like if you're constantly putting yourself on the back burner, like your hair on the back burner, you're putting yourself on the back burner, and you are not bringing what you are meant to bring into the world. If you are on the back burner, you have to come first. God and you, boom, has to come first. There has to be a boundary that you set where you don't let anybody encroach on your self-care and your healing, which is why when we started this, I said, we're in an incubator right now. Nothing outside of this matters, because this is what's most important. Your inner self is what's most important. Everything else can wait. Everything else, you can approach everything better when you are equilibralized internally. So the affirmations are not in the book. I am going to do an updated version of this. So maybe I'll include affirmations in the updated version. So you can just write them down and then create them on your own. Maybe I'll just create a book of affirmations. Actually, I think that's better. That's what I'll do. One last affirmation. Let me see. I am a queen. My hair is my crown. And that way, when your hair is reaching for the sky, which it's meant to do, if it doesn't, that's fine. If your hair mine goes down at this point. When it gets old, it'll start to reach for the sky. But a crown sits high on your head. A crown does not hang down. A crown isn't beaten into submission into a bun or a ponytail. You are meant to stand out. And the more you try to make yourself small and like fit in for other people, because it's not even for you. Like the things that you're doing that make you uncomfortable are not for you, they're for other people. And again, that's putting someone before you, which it should never be. It should never ever be. So yeah, your hair is meant to stand up and stand out. Yes, please, a cheat sheet or a one pager. I'll create it. I'll make something. I like that. I'm writing it down. Fiona, girl. And I really want to say I appreciate everybody being in here. I really do. And Fiona, girl, you just coming through, like for real. Affirmations. Okay, so I'll create that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Let me make sure. Just setting the intention to know. Setting the intention to ask for further awareness on why you feel the way you feel. When it comes to healing is a consistent journey. Like I'm 10 years into this, and there are still times when I'm like, my hair is not enough. There are still times when I'm like, okay, so something for me, because my hair is fine, it doesn't naturally get really big. So I have to work through feeling insecure that it's not like this big, fat, poofy thing. Sometimes it is. Like when it gets old, it does get that way, but it doesn't naturally go that way. So healing is not like you go boom, choo, and you're good. Like you just get to the promised land. Healing is just like, it's a constant ebb and flow, up and down. You learn more. And that's like the beauty of it. There is no destination truly that you're getting to. It's just that the more wisdom you learn and the more innate knowing and felt experience, not something you read or heard from somebody else, something that you actually felt and experienced yourself, the more you have to give to others. And that's the goal. Like truly, we're all here to help each other. So yeah, just feel good knowing that you guys took the time to make space for yourself today. And then set the intention maybe like once or twice a week. That's perfect. That's a really good amount to really sit with yourself and ask yourself why. Why do I feel this way? In the morning when you're getting ready for work tomorrow and a negative thought comes in, why? Why do I feel this way? And then remind yourself of what the truth actually is. So Trini says she feels the same way with her fine hair. Yes. I'm really glad that like fine hair, people are starting to understand more what it is. Oh Lord, the head wrap all over the place. But people are starting to understand more what it is. Because I feel it's not like you have thin hair. It's not that your hair is damaged. Like you have fine strands and or low density hair. And that's just how you were born. Like not everybody has super thick, luscious, like you can't even see through it mane of hair. So Lavinia says, I feel these ways too. And Lavinia, and you're on YouTube and Instagram. I appreciate that. Lavinia actually has a page. Her name is Fine Natural Hair Rocks. She has a page that highlights fine hair. Because like social media is so many times it can really be a mirage. Like, yeah, that person may look great from the front, but who knows what the back is looking like. Like I know I'm experiencing that right now because I need a haircut. But anyway, she's just very honest about what it's like to have fine natural hair and shows the journey. And so I definitely recommend looking at her page if you're someone who has fine natural hair and you just want to see people who look like you. So thank you. I will take a few questions. What is it? We're at 42 minutes. We'll probably go for another like 7 or 8 minutes if people have questions. If you don't, that's completely fine. And this is more like inner questions, not product questions, because I have a lot of videos and a lot of lives where I answer like product questions. So as you guys are typing them in, I'm just going to look at Alicia said, I'm definitely going to wear my crown when it gets longer. Do you have any tips to grow out high porosity hair? I have 2 videos, well, a bunch of videos, but 2 specifically on how to grow your hair. So I would recommend checking out my channel. That really goes into depth. Thank you guys for the love. Oh, what is this? I don't know what this is. I don't want to touch it. Please allow this to be a replay. I will. Okay, I think we're good. I do fine natural hair as well. Very cool. So Diana's saying that she does fine natural hair. Okay, beautiful. I feel complete. I feel like we definitely got to what we needed to talk about. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for people who are here from beginning to end. Um, I really appreciate y'all, and I do see myself doing lives more often. So just look out for that. And yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to DM me. But if you want personal help with your hair and have personal questions, I offer a coaching service that dives super deep into your hair. And I don't just do it for you, I teach you how to take care of your hair because my main goal is for you to be comfortable. That's something else I want to talk about. We all have intuition. Like, you may not be a stylist, but you know your hair and you know you. So I'm here to help give you the tools to understand what your hair is telling you. But at the end of the day, you know your hair best. And so I never want anybody to be dependent on me for their hair any type of way because that's just too much. But you have the power to heal yourself. And that's what my coaching is really about, like showing you how to build a regimen. So a year or two from now, you don't feel panicked when you need to change something up. And so when you have children or like people in your family, you can do it for them as well. So I am going to head out. I love you guys so much. I pray that you have a beautiful day. Um, Take some time after this. Don't just start researching and start like listening to other people. Take some time to really sit with yourself after this, to really collect your own energy and then prepare yourself to be around other people. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you.